Sup nerds, today we have Magnamon X Antibody Vaccine versus Ancient Garu Blue Hybrid. I won the Darwell, which is very important. I hatch Cupimon, Evo into Ukamon, and choke Chris to 1. Chris hatches Gigimon and Evos into Cultural Appropriation Mon. And then hard plays Ukamon. I promote, trigger Uko, Scourge top 3. I add Rapid X. And then hatch my Tokamon. Evo into Patamon. And then play TK, add top to hand, and put BT8 Rapid on bottom. So I actually make a massive misplay here. There's literally no reason for me not to swing with that Ukamon because he's going to kill it for 1 memory when he promotes that Muchomon because he has Gigimon in the stack. I 100% should have swung with it. He promotes, triggers Uko, gets a Scourge on, adds Ancient Garu, hatches Koromon, Evos into Promo Ukomon. He swings security with Muchomon, draws from Mucho, triggers Gigimon, blows up my Uko, checks Emperor, swings, dies, then I trigger Emperor to draw a card. And then plays Koji for 3, I promote, trigger Pata, Evo into Rapid for free. I'm still really behind here, unfortunately. Draw for Evo. Don't have an awesome target tuck, unfortunately. Ideally, you want to keep cycling your level 4s, but I don't have one in my hand, so I tuck Pillow. Gain a memory from Pata, draw 1 from Toko. Blow up his Mucho, trigger Emperor, draw a card, tap TK, gain a memory. Activate TK, add top to hand. I know there's an Emperor in there, and I'm trying to fish it out of security, so that's why I'm doing that. So I put Magna X on bottom, tap TK, gain a memory. Activate TK, now I know the next card's Emperor. Tuck another Magna X. Gain a memory. And then play Emperor to pass turn. I 100% should have swung with my Rapidmon. That's another misplay here. I should have swung my Rapidmon. And honestly, if I checked something big, I probably would not have Armor Purge and just let it die. Just to play around his Ancient play. I do lock him out of his breeding area, which is nice. Because if he promotes, he passes turn. So Evo's into Kendo. Swing security. Triggers his effect. Draws a card. Gains memory from Koji. Triggers his effect. Evo's into Lobo for free. Triggers Lobo's effect. Evo's into Ancient for another 3 memory. Draws for Evo. Bounces my Rapid to hand. Bounces top security to hand. Then checks 1 for 12. And he dies to the check, obviously. We know what's in there. It's 12k Magna. He was going to die at the end of the turn anyway, so that's literally irrelevant. I would have rather he checked a Tamer or something. Although I know exactly what those last 2 security cards are. He triggers Ancient Garus on deletion, plays Memory Setting Koji, and adds the Lobo to hand. I hatch Toko. Evo into Pillow and Raising. At this point, I know that this game's probably over. I can't really do much. Then I play Memory Setting TK, add Mag next to hand, recover, tap all 3 TKs, gain 3 memory, go back to 1. Then I Evo into BT8 Rapid to set him to his 3, and then hope for the best. What's nice is if he does promote the Ukamon, he would go to 0, so you'd have to have like double Spark in order to lethal me that way. He's crunching some numbers just to make sure he can't kill me. He can obviously clear my security though, unfortunately. Yeah, the Emperors are in my deck now because of mainly this specific strategy and also Numemon and the Mirror. It's really good at slowing down their aggressiveness. Alright, so he promotes. He hatches and gains memory. Technically, he should do his stuff first and then the Emperors would trigger. That might matter, so just for those of you that want to know. Obviously, it doesn't matter in this scenario, but it could potentially in the future. He was into another promo Uko. Swing security. He dies. He draws from Koro. I tap double Emperor to draw 2 cards. And then plays Koji to pass turn. I'm actually pretty sad about that. If he had lived, I have a Rapid X in my hand. I could have Rapid X'd into Ruin mode and potentially kept him from killing me. It would have mattered if he had a 6k hybrid in his hand or not. Evo into Rapid X. Pass turn. And this is game, like he just Evos into something and swings at me, but I told him the only reason I did this is because if he promotes that Ukomon and goes to 0 and then attempts to swing with it for whatever reason, he would die automatically and I would gain 2 memory, so he would pass turn. So I just left him, gave him enough rope to hang himself if he potentially misplayed, but I mean, unlikely that he was going to do that. Yeah, so Evo's in a 6k and I scoop. So he does take game 1. By the way, if you guys enjoy this type of content, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. And if you're interested in either one of these deck profiles, links will be in the pinned comment below. Alright, so I choose to go first for game 2. Hatch Toko. Evo and Apada. Hard play Uko, give him 3. Pretty strong start. He hatches Koro. Evo's an Uko, plays Uko. Okay, must be nice. I promote, trigger Uko, add Rapid. And then hatch, and then trigger Pada, start a main phase. Unfortunately, whiff here. That's really bad for me. I did promote just to trigger my Ukomon, but whiffing is pretty rough. Although, with what he currently has on his board, my Padamon's probably safe on his next turn. So I Evo into Pillow for 0, and then just play Emperor for 3. That way, if he does promote, it's he's going to go to 0. So he does promote. He's going to get 2 searches out of this, so it makes sense. He searches BT7 Koji, hatches Gigi, and then searches again. Adds the Kendo. And then loses 2 memory from Emperor. Swing Security. Draws from Koro, dies. I trigger Emperor to draw a card. Swings. Funny enough, he checks Awakening, so I add the Magnex he just checked out of Security back to my hand. Pretty nice. He was an Ukomon and Raising. And then plays Koji for 3. Alright, so I promote, trigger Uko. Add the TK. Hatch Toko. And then trigger Pada. Obviously, there's no targets in there. It's mandatory, so you have to do it. At this point, I'm still concerned about losing this game. Like, I'm really far behind, not being able to get to my Magna X at this point. So Evo into Pillow and Raising. And then Evo into Rapid for 4. Blow up Izuko, tap Emperor to draw a card. He can promote if he wants to, but he'll go to 0. So he Sparks, goes to 2. Evo's into Kendo for 2. Swing Security, triggers his effect, draws a card, gains memory from Koji. Triggers Kendo. Evo's into Lobo for free. Triggers Lobo, warps into Ancient Garu for 3 memory. Draws for Evo. And then he gets to bounce my Ukomon or my Pillowmon. He bounces Uko, makes sense. Adds top card of my security to my hand, then checks 1, it's 11. He survives. End of turn, he deletes himself. Adds a Lobo back to hand and Koji. And then plays memory setting Koji. I promote. Hindsight, it probably was a mistake to promote here, the more I think about it. So I play TK for 3, add top card to hand. I put starter deck Rapid on bottom of security. Gain a memory from Pada, gain a memory from TK, draw 3 cards from Triple Toko. Activate Emissary for 1, Evo my Pillow into starter deck Rapid. That way I have a blocker on the field. And then I Awakening for 3. Into Magna X, and then his turn at 3. So I have double blocker. If he promotes, he will lose 1 memory. Not a huge deal, but he doesn't have a way to be unblockable since he played the memory setting Koji. So if he does do something, he will just get blocked. Actually, promoting there was correct. I was thinking about the following turn. I want to get a Patamon in my Raising if I can. So he plays Boko for 3, Scourges top 5. Gets to add a Louis and nothing else. Thank you, very cool. He's clearly missing a hybrid piece. Then plays BT7 Koji to pass turn, sets me to 3. I hatch my Toko, Evo and Apada. And now here's a turn I really want to get my Pillowmon off the field, because I don't want him to have a bounce target, since he can be unblockable. So I swing with Pillow, hopefully it dies. Nope. Checks a Tamer. Really bad for me. Activate TK for 3, add top to hand. Put starter deck Rapid on bottom, gain 1 from Pada, draw 3 from Triple Toko, gain 2 more from double TK. Go back to 3. trigger Magna. Then I Evo into Rapid X for 4, suspend and blow up his Boko. Tap Emperor, draw a card. I gain 2 memory also. For those of you that are wondering, that's why I didn't swing with the Starter Deck Rapid first, is because I wanted to be able to Evo into Rapid X for 2 memory, because I wanted to do this to pass turn. So Evo into Ruin Mode, give him 4. He's minus 5k on his fields. And the way I had it set up, if Pillowmon had died, even if he hard played Ancient Garu, it wouldn't have been able to bounce my Pillowmon, so it would have been like pointless for him to do it. But under Ruin Mode, he can't actually warp into Ancient because the Lobo's 5k. And it wouldn't be able to trigger its Wind Digivolving effect. It would just immediately die because it's 0 DP. And I do have Shine Greymon Burst Mode in my hand. So even if he somehow could swing at me with something, even if it was unblockable, I could Burst Mode and just blow it up. So I know that I'm 100% safe here. He could potentially get rid of my last security because the Pillowmon, unfortunately, is alive. But so he evos into Kendo for 2, BT7 Kendo, since it has 6,000 DP. So evos into BT7 Beowulf for 1 memory. And then we have our first chat here. He evos into Ancient Garu. So I mean, Chris is, I'm sure, just used to warping into it for 3 memory, but it actually should cost 4 here, so he should actually put me to a 3 memory instead of 2. So evos into it, bounces my pillow, which bounces my last security to my hand, Sag, and then sets me to 2. So I draw for turn. Promote my Pata. I swing security 16k, 1 check. Unfortunately, check a Crimson Blaze, blows up my Pata. End of attack, Ruin Mode deletes himself and Ancient Garu. I recover and then hatch. And then gain a memory from Pata, draw 1 from Toko. Gain 2 more memory from double TK to go to 5. I should be at 6, but whatever. He's triggering his own deletion. I'm going to wait for him to finish. He adds the Kendo back to hand. Doesn't add the Koji back, question mark? Not really sure why he didn't add the Koji back. It's, oh, okay, there we go. Then he added it back and then played it. I Evo into Pattern Raising. At this point, he can't warp into me either. And now I don't have anything he's going to be able to bounce if I trigger my Magna, which is really nice. He can become unblockable, but he's only going to be able to check the last security. And that's if I allow it, because I do have a Burst Mode in my hand. At this point, I've gone through most of my deck, and I have not seen my second Ruin Mode. And I know that if I double Ruin Mode him, he can't possibly attack me. The best thing he could do would be to hard play the Ancient, but that wouldn't do anything since he couldn't interact with my Magna. So I swing security. 12k, triggers effects, unsuspend, gain 3k in immunity. I play Yellow Min Boost. I'm looking for 1 card only. There it is. Thank you, very cool. Add Ruin Mode to hand. Swing again, 15k, survive, and then pass turn by evoing into Ruin Mode. He's under double Ruin Mode, so he's minus 10,000 DP on his fields. And he can't interact with my Ruin Mode because it's immune, and there's like no defense in that deck. Like, the best I could hope for is I misplayed and swung with the Ruin Mode next turn, and I checked a Crimson Blaze that blew up my Patamon, assuming I whiff on the security. So he does scoop. We do take game 2. Let's go. Alright, so Chris chooses to go first for game 3. Makes sense. Hatches Gigi, Evas, and Uko. Chokes me to 1. I hatch Toko. Evo and Apata. And I seriously debate here between playing Emperor for 3 to set him to 2 or playing my memory setting TK. Because if I play Emperor, he would go to 0, obviously promoted. But I ended up deciding to TK because I want to know what's in my security since I have a Apata and Raising. So I had Shine Greymon Burst Mode. I see there are no targets in my security, unfortunately. He promotes, triggers Uko. Adds the Ancient. Hatches Koro. Swing security, 2k. Checks another TK. Still no targets. I add a Pillowmon. It's actually the only yellow card in my security. I had Emperor and double Uko left. He plays Koji and Matt, and I go to 3. I promote. And now I have 2 Ukos, 2 Emperors in my security, so I have no yellow cards in there. So I whiff on Pata. Then I Evo into BT8 Rapid, blow up his Uko, and then his turn at 1. At this point, I'm kind of just hoping for the best. If he has a Spark into his Warp play, I basically lose on the spot, but thankfully he doesn't have that. He plays Boko, Scourges top 5, does get max value, adds the Kendo and the Louie. I hatch my Toko. Evo into Pillow. We both opened up kind of awkward this game. I activate TK, add top card to hand, put starter deck Rapid on bottom, gain a memory, draw one, gain another memory from TK. At this point, I know he's going to Ancient me, so I'm trying to play around that, and I don't want him to bounce my Rapid, so I just play Pillow for 3. So that way, if he Ancients me, it bounces my Pillow, and I should be okay. So Evo's into Kendo for 2, gains a memory back from Boko. I was kind of sad I couldn't out that Boko. He swings security, draws from Kendo, gains a memory from Koji, and gains unblockable. Evo's into Lobo for free, triggers Lobo, warps into Ancient for 3 memory. Bounces Pillow, bounces top card of security to hand, checks 1 for 12, checks an Emperor. End of turn, deletes himself. Adds Koji and one of his 2 hybrids. Adds the Lobo to hand, it looks like. Plays Koji back and then taps Matt to gain a memory. And right here is probably the biggest mistake of the match. Chris does not swing with his Bokomon. Instead, he Evos into Lobo, triggers the Warp effect, warps into Ancient for 3, bounces my Rapid, bounces top card of security, triggers the on deletion, adds Koji and Lobo back to hand, plays unblockable Koji, sets me to 5. But he leaves me with 1 security and 5 memory. And I do have my Emissary in my hand. And right here, Chris realizes he should have swung with his Boko. I think he just got too focused on double Ancienting me and whittling my security down and just completely forgot it was on the field. So I promote, activate Emissary for 1, Evo into starter deck Rapid, recover, gain a memory from TK, draw 1 from Toko. So even if he had swung with the Boko, I could have gone into Magna on my turn, but I wouldn't have been able to do what I'm about to do here. So I swing security minus 4k on the Boko and his security, draw 1 from Emperor, survive, activate Awakening, Evo into Magna, trigger Magna, unsuspend, gain immunity, swing, unsuspend, gain immunity. And now I know he has the ability to gain unblockable, so I swing again. There's no reason to leave my Magna standing if it doesn't have anything in raising. Survive, and I have Ruin Mode in my hand, and I want to be able to double Ruin Mode him if I want to next turn. So I choke him to 1, activate Yellow Min Boost, add BT8 Rapid to hand. And now even if he does want to combo me, he has to have a Hammer Spark to do it. And he knows I have Burst Mode in my hands, like it's not like he would have been able to kill me anyway. He was in a Muchomon and raising. So he plays another Koji, and I go to 3. I hatch Kupimon. Swing security, 13k, survive, unsuspend, or unsuspend and then survive, I should say. Pop Min Boost, Evo in a Ruin Mode for 5, go to 0. Evo in a Pillow and raising in case I check a Spark, swing security, survive, end of attack, delete himself, tap TK, gain a memory, recover. He's under double Ruin Mode proc, and then I just play another Emperor to pass turn. And I do take the match. So we do take the match 2-1, but I appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy seeing this kind of content. Want to come back for more. But until next time, see ya.